Okay, this starts the adventure of Din, of Ferengi. If you can imagine such a thing. All right, options. Let's see. We got check the graphics. No, we need to go to full screen Windows. Then we'll go back to audio. We'll go ahead and increase the background music a little bit. And yeah, I think we'll go with that. Okay, let's get this thing started. So first of all, I guess we want to trash this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and trash this one too. That one I think I'll keep since I've played through the game completely there. All right, and we'll call this Din. Yeah, that seems to be, or shall we say Din dash one? Yeah, let's go Din dash one. Okay, and of course our planet we'll start on will be Prime. Since this one would be a bear without doing Prime first. Okay, and the standard game or relax mode. Well, relax mode would be better, but with standard game, you drop some items when you die. If you go intense, every item in your inventory gets destroyed when you die. Oxygen, health, and water decrease a bit faster. So, oh man, that would be tough. Hardcore, you save file is completely deleted when your character dies. Oxygen, health, and water decrease faster. Yeah, that'd be a little rough. Creative lets you build without limitations. And custom, you can pick your rules, so to speak. Well, I'm doing this as a demonstration of what the standard game is like, so we'll just go with standard. And then we got all these things that we could change if we wanted to. Uh, full, fully unlocked, or is that fill unlocked? Looks like fill unlocked. It should say fully unlocked. Auto crafters unlocked right off the bat. Oh, that would be nice. Drones unlocked. Oh, definitely nice. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's see. That would not be the standard game, though, would it? So I guess we better leave that alone. Even though it's it's really tempting to change a few things. All right, here we go. And then of course we have to click on which one. And thus the game starts. Now they're blinking on here, so they want you to read this. Welcome to your assigned planet. Your mission is to advance the terraformation process of this world. You need to generate oxygen, heat, and pressure. Actually, you need to spam everything you can as fast as possible to generate these three things so that things tick off. And if you see the what I call the tick off numbers slowing down or stopping, then that means you need to add some more. And usually that happens when you get the next tech level. Everything starts out at tech level 1, so they call it T1. And then you have to build your way up by terraforming score, which is what they're showing here. This is your goal to reach the score and have a blue atmosphere. That's your first goal. There's more goals that will follow. All right, enough information? Well, I'll just tell you, you've been declared a criminal worthy of death. So they gave you a choice. Go to the planet that they assign you. In this case, it's called Prime. And terraform it, or you die. All right, if you see the upper left-hand corner, that's the first thing they want you to do. And look at the bottom left-hand corner. The heart is your health. That means you're getting hungry if it goes down. You got the raindrop. That means you're getting thirsty. And you got the oxygen level. And it goes down the fastest. So you come over here. All you do your normal move commands with your W forward. Well, let me get out of this first. W go forward, S you go backwards, A you go to the left, and you go to the right with a D like a dog. Okay, and then you just move your mouse around like so to change your direction or your view, up, down, left, right, whatever. All right, so left click, and the first thing they want you to do is what? You remember? T1 backpack. And it tells you what you need. You need 2 iron. And that's the only thing they want you to do right now. You want to craft one, and then you want to equip it. So now it's going to take a little while to get used to what things look like. For example, that one's silicon. This one is silicon. This one is titanium, cobalt, ice, which will eventually melt. More ice. And we're looking for some iron. And there's some iron right there. And there's some more. Now it looks a little bit different from silicon, but that's one you might confuse it for. See, here's silicon. See, it's got a slightly difference. Then you heard that little blip telling you that your oxygen level is getting low. All right, so left click on it. If you have the required ore, I call them elements, but the game calls everything ore. And then later you'll have an ore extractor, so you don't have to go around and pick up stuff so much. Okay, now you want to equip it, so you got to hit your tab key, and see it's over here in your inventory. You want to give it over here in your gear, so you just left click, boom. So now you've got more spaces to work with, more inventory. All right, what's next? Oxygen tank. And you need 2 cobalt, 1 iron, and 1 magnesium. It didn't say anything about silicon, so there's the magnesium. Here's the cobalt. And let's see. There we go. Now we need some more iron. That's titanium. It's got a bumpy look to it. Oh, there we go. We got to get back before we run out of oxygen. There's your warning symbol, and and your noise. Okay, so we've got everything. See, everything's not ghosty looking anymore. It's a bright colors. Now, same thing as before. The first time you craft something for your equipment side, you gotta left click it to get it over here out of your basic backpack inventory. All right, so we've got another one done. Okay, let's see what do we want to do now. Microchip for construction, which is this one right here. 2 silicon, 2 magnesium. All right, our oxygen level is as high as it's going to get. There's 1 silicon. You're trying not to get too far away from your escape pod that crash landed. Now, they don't expect you to understand what everything looks like, so you could go back and recharge your oxygen. See there? Even though the door is open, it will recharge your oxygen. Now we need the magnesium. There we go. There's 1. And there's another one right in front of us. All right, so now we need to get back into our pod. It's got 2 doors, but only one of them's open. All right, so everything is nice and bright. All right, now we've got the same thing. We've got to equip it. So tab key and then left click. Now you can also click on this on either one of these to organize things. Okay, we got that done. Living compartment. Oh, now that's a little different story. If you press your Q key like in quick, quack, and what else starts with Q? Quiet. Press the Q key and you got your living compartment. Now you're also going to need a door to get in there. And then later on we'll also do the foundation thing. And you got your stairs, you got your lamp posts. These are what you could do at the beginning of the game. And they'll be asking you to do most of these. Now that's your only storage device you got right now. Later on you'll get a slightly bigger one, which is what you see right there. And if you left click on it, you see that you got some food, you got some oxygen, but you don't have any water. Now oxygen, if you click on it, will transfer over out of your container over into your inventory so that you can use it. Same thing with the food. And that's a pretty good loadout to start with. Now you notice that it got kind of messy looking, and you see all those meteorites crashing to the ground. We'll go back inside. That's how the game restores elements and provides stuff to harvest. Now, we're getting thirsty, so we got to chance it. Let's grab this one ice and then get right back inside our escape pod. Now we'll come right over here. We'll left click and see right there. We could, with some ice, we can make some water. Now with the water, we can use our tab key to get into our inventory, and then we can right click. If you click on the down button, this little button right here, see what it does? It throws it down to the ground. So we'll have to left click it. Now if you wanted to, you can make one and stick it in here by just left clicking. As long as there's a slot open, and then we could left click it right back. Now we'll right click to consume it, and then notice what happens right here. See there? If you want to consume something like food or water, then you want to right click. Same thing is true of the oxygen to restore right. You see right down there? All right. Are we still getting crashed by meteorites? Yeah, we are. They're still crashing. Right now, they seem to be keeping their distance, but in this game, you never know. They might just try to hit you. Now, we can't open this door or anything. That's kind of limited by the game. So I'm going to go right out here, grab some more ice, get back in here, make another bottle. And let's see, let's make sure we take another food pack. I would recommend taking some more oxygen, organize it, and look right here, and you can see what you need. Now remember, this is only a T1, so it's only going to make tech level 1 stuff. So I would recommend going out, getting some more oxygen. And like you saw, we have to have 2 of these cobalts. Oh, what's this? Oh, look at that. A nice blue footlocker. Well, they call these crates. So let's say open it. That's a left click with your mouse. Oh, look at all that nice stuff in here. Got more food. Well, we've got 2. That's probably going to be enough, but we could use some more oxygen. And we'll just leave the rest of it in there for now. We'll run back over to the escape pod. Let's grab an ice while we're at it, since we still got some inventory space. But the oxygen, as you can see from the lower left, it falls off pretty fast. So oxygen, having plenty of it in your backpack is a high priority. So there we go. Tab key, we could rearrange it, or I should organize it, alphabetical usually. Now let's see. They want us to do a living compartment right away. I wonder why they don't want you to make this or this right away. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to go ahead and do the silicon and the magnesium. Let's see. No, that's not it. And I'll probably need to use the oxygen before I can get what I need. A silicon. Whoops, silicon right there. Magnesium. I'm just holding down the W key right now. There we go. Now, if I hold down the W key and then I add the Shift key, see, he runs. Okay, we got what we need. And like before, first time we do it, add a new thing to our equipment. Now that's all we can do. We can't add anything else in here right now. And they don't give us an option to do better. Give us more slots, so we can't. We could do this, but we couldn't put it over there. Silicon, magnesium, and magnesium again. All right, so let's go this way this time. And I'll use the run key by adding the shift key to it. There's a W key by itself. And W key by itself again. And it was silicon, right? Now I'm going to have both keys, W and shift. But you got to press the W first. Now, Otherwise, you won't move probably. All right, so yep, we got what we need. And like I said, even though we push the tab key, see, we don't have anywhere to put it. So we just have to carry it for now. All right. Now, what you could do, which most players do, is they go ahead and they put their first structure right here. Now, we'll have to use the Q like a quick. Come up here, and you need 2 iron and 1 titanium. Okay, so 2 iron. I'm going to run. Let's see. No, well, we might as well grab the titanium. It's right there. Then we'll go fast again, and there's an iron. When I let go of the shift key, you kind of tell because it slows down. Ah, here we go. All right, so let's run back over here, pretty close. This looks like pretty flat area, but I'm going to go ahead and go back in and recharge so I don't have to use my cylinders of oxygen just yet. All right, let's try it again. Q, left click, and move your mouse around until you get a, see if it's on the ground or in the ground, it won't turn green. And then left click. Okay, let's go back in and recharge our oxygen. Okay, let's see. We need the door now. So Q key for the door, we need 1 iron, titanium, and a silicon. Okay, so let's see what we got here. It did say titanium, right? Yeah, it did. Okay. And then it said we needed iron. Oh, there we go, right there, iron. And we need a silicon. Oh, wait a minute, right there. Okay, now let's run over to our structure. We'll press the Q key like before. Then we'll left click and see what happens. Left click. Now when we go inside, it recharges our oxygen. So now we know how we can get around the map by just putting these structures together. See how, just like the escape pod. All right, now what it wants to do, a T1 drill. Okay, Q key again. There it is, T1 drill. We need a titanium and we need an iron. All right, there's a titanium right there. Iron, 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 iron. No, that's silicon. Oh, there we go. It's got a slightly different look to it. All right, so we'll run back down this way. And we want to put a drill. So we'll Q key and find the drill again. And left click. Couple of left clicks. Now let's go over to the box. Well, I'm going to grab this right quick. Since iron is sometimes we get hard to find. And let's open up our box. Oh, look at that. Iron, cobalt, magnesium, more iron. Ooh, we're getting kind of full. Oh, we need to go back. Yeah, we got our warning beep. There we go. Got our oxygen back up. Oh, we're starting to get thirsty, aren't we? It's going to beep at us whenever we get thirsty or hungry enough. So don't be surprised. All right, what are we supposed to do? Wind turbine. And the wind turbine is right there. We need 1 iron. Well, we took some out of the box, so we're good to go. So let's go the Q key. left click, and left click. There we go. Now this actually starts to work. Before it wasn't going to work. Uh-oh, we got a warning. Hydration level is low. So let's get in here, lest we get distracted. All right, push our tab key, and we want to right click on the water bottle. Don't want to, don't want to do the arrow. You just want to do right up in this area. So we've got that satisfied. I'm going to go ahead and right click on the food, the space food, so I could satisfy our hunger and health. Oh, didn't move it very far, did it? Well, I better save that one for now. All right, and now we want to do craft a screen. Let's get back in here. What do they want me to craft? So Q key and terraform screen. That's what they want. Now we grabbed out of that locker. Well, no, crate, that blue crate, the iron and cobalt. So now all we need is a silicon. And that looks like one right there. Okay, let's go back inside. And we'll go ahead and do the Q key again and do this one. Now notice that it's not really squared up with the wall. It's squared up with this wall, but maybe we don't want to put it there. We want to put it on this wall. Well, you got an R key. See what it does? Goes the wrong direction basically. And you got a T key like in Tom, and it'll go the right way. And now it looks nice and flat, so we can get up there and we can decide where we want to put it. We kind of have to put it in between these two extremes. There we go. And now what they want to blueprint screen. Okay, so Q key and blueprint screen. We need another silicon. We already have an iron still from the blue box. And I think, yeah, I did. I saw one right there. All right, so now we run back. And we'll just put it on the floor. So Q key, left click, and well, I'll move it over a little bit like so. Make sure it turns green. There we go. Now if you click on it, you can see these are all the different things that you're going to want to unlock. Plus there's more. See there? So you're going to be busy for many hours because you got all of these. Now, as your terraforming score increases, the first thing that opens up right there, T2 backpack, so you get a bigger backpack. But this number right here, 38, has to get up to 300 Ti. And if we had something making oxygen, we can get a, whoops, we got to go back to the first item. Indoor ladder. If we improve the heat, we can have a V or tech level 2 vegetube or veggie tube. It's got a special purpose. If we increase the pressure, which we are working on right now, remember we put that T1 drill down? Well, it's drilling into the earth and releasing some of the gas that's trapped in the, I guess you'd say the soil or the planet. The first thing that opens up is a T2 oxygen tank. We've got the first level oxygen tank, but that number has to get up to 70, and it's getting very close. See there? So if we want to speed that up, we got to make another one of those drills. And that's true of just about everything. So let's see, we need, we've still got iron, we need a titanium. It's a little dangerous to go out right now because of all these meteorites. There's a chance we might get hit. See, there's some titanium right there in there. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and just put it right here. So Q and find the T1 drill. Uh-oh, we just killed our power. So let's see, what do we need to restore the power? We need another one of these, and we need iron. See how the iron looks kind of faded out? That means we don't have it in our inventory. So let's see, can we find some iron? Yeah, we sure did right there. So let's run over here. Use our Q key again, put in another one, and we restored our power. Now we could go back into here. They want us to put a heater down. All right, Q key and the heater. We need iridium, iron, and silicon. I don't remember that footlocker having our iridium in it. Well, let's go check it out. No, I don't see any. Oh, look at there. We can make a T2. All right, let's run over here to the escape pod that crashed. And, oh, we can only make a T1 in here. See, that's it. So that means we need something else. So let's use the Q key. And what would it be? Well, there's a crafting station, a T2 crafting station. Whereas this one over here is just a T1 crafting station. Everything is first level. So we need to do a T2 crafting station. So we need iron and silicon. Let's see, let's go this way. We'll kind of run around a little bit. And it just so happens in this game, iron and silicon sometimes can be a little hard to find. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, so now let's run over to our living. See, they don't call these pods. They call them living what? Living compartments. Okay, we have what we need for the crafting tube. So left click, and we can use the R key to rotate it that way, or we can use the T, like in Tom, to rotate it this way. I think what I'll do is I'll rotate it, use the R key, or rotate it back like so. And of course, we have to be careful how we place it, or it'll turn red. All right, so now let's see what it says. Oh, it opens the door. Well, in this game it doesn't matter, but since I went ahead and made a decrafting tool, or deconstruction tool, I could go ahead and move this around again. T2 crafting station, and I want it to point away from the door. I can't go any closer. That way when I come over here, it doesn't open the door. Not that it really matters in the game, but it just makes sense to do things in a logical way. All right, let's click here. And we are trying to do what? A bigger backpack? It's only offering a T1. That's the same size as the other one. T1 oxygen tank. Oh, T2 oxygen tank. But we'll have to trade in the T1 tank, and we'll have to have silicon, cobalt, titanium, magnesium, and magnesium. We've got one magnesium, so we just need the other stuff. All right, so let's see. I think I saw some magnesium over here, didn't I? Well, that's cobalt, but we need it anyway, so there's magnesium. And it said silicon, right? Now, what else do we need? Let's use the, well, the Q key's not going to do us any good. So we'll just have to run back and check to see what we need. All right, and we need titanium. Okay. Oh, we're going to be getting thirsty before much longer. Oh, there's some right there. Oh, we just got the warning. We're getting thirsty. Oh, darn, there's some titanium right there. All right, so let's go ahead and craft our bigger oxygen tank. It'll take away the T1 tank and automatically put the T2 tank in its place. So if we hit the tab key to check our inventory, see, there's no tank here. It's automatically over here. So if you rest your cursor on it for a second, it'll tell you. Now you have a slightly, and I do mean slightly more capacity. All right, we've already been warned we're getting a little too thirsty, so we got to right click, not here, but up here. And that's satisfied. And from the looks of things, I better go ahead and eat one of these. That's also a right click. Okay, so we can stay out a little bit longer. Now we left some supplies in here, so we might as well go ahead and grab some. We'll just grab the one pack right now. Space food. Now we're gonna need to satisfy our thirst again. So let's come over here and grab us an ice. All right, now what we need to do, craft a heater. Oh, we've got the same problem again. Well, let's find the iron and the silicon. Hey, right there. Silicon, iron. Now, what are we going to do about that other element? There's a blue box, but if I remember right, there wasn't any in there. Nope. There is some more food, though. We have to have a food grower to open that. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that looks like what we need. So I'll tell you what, let's grab some more iron. Let's grab, yeah, better grab another one. How much space we got left? We got a little bit. Uh-oh. See our oxygen level is getting low? We're going to get it beep. There it is. There's the beep. So tab key and right click, and we just satisfied our problem with not enough oxygen. All right, let's go ahead and grab another one of these. And what else we got? See, we're going to need another one of those and another one of those to make the door. So let's see. That's iron. That's, oh, there we go, silicon. Now I need a titanium. Between the door and the structure, we need a little bit more of everything. All right, now I'm not saying things special. Now I just happen to know that if I head over to where you see the falling sands, I can find what I need. So we'll head over that way. We've got a little bit of extra oxygen in our backpack, another refill cylinder. And I should have enough stuff to be able to build another shelter, or what they call living compartment. Hey, we just opened up a new option. We can put windows in. See there, falling sands. And all of a sudden it gets dark in here. Uh-oh. We better stop and take another oxygen. All right, so there's what I need right there. See there, the name of it? All right, so obviously we're going to be coming back here. So let's see, let's grab the silicone if we can. Yeah, we can. Let's put us a shelter up here. Now, see, our inventory is full. We can't collect that titanium. Where's a nice flat spot? Right in here somewhere? Yeah, that looks pretty good. So Q key and start another construction project. There we go. Now we need a door so we can get in there. And there we go. Now we're going to want to make some more water and oxygen and whatnot. So let's go into Q key and let's put one of these T2 crafting stations in there. We have what we need. Uh-oh, we just killed our power. So we'll need one of these most likely. That's the only choice we got right now. And we'll use that as a visual aid too. So if we can see that thing turning, we know we've got power. And we know that our living compartment is not that far away. Okay, now we need to do a heater. Okay, Q key and a heater. We need another iron. Otherwise, we're good to go. Now, while we're in here, we're actually protected from those meteorite storms. That's one of the nice things about these caves. Nope, that's titanium. Oh, that's silicon. Oh, got a new blueprint. We just earned ourselves a bigger backpack. Boy, titanium is plentiful. Oh, we better not get too far out there. Hey, success. So let's get back up here. And let's make us a heater. All right, so we've got everything we need. Left click. Uh-oh. I can't place it out here. How about inside? Yep, it'll let me place it inside. If I get the position just right. Okay. And we didn't kill our power either. It's turning. And if we look out here, yep, windmill's turning. So we had enough power. Now it was VeggieTube, T1 VeggieTube, Q key, and there it is, T1 VeggieTube. Ice, oh, we picked up ice. Now we need more iron and we need more magnesium. There's magnesium right there. Now how about iron? No, that's silicon. Hey, iron. All right, let's get back towards our outpost. And let's craft it. Oh, it won't go outside. But it will go inside. Let's see. It doesn't need to be rotated. Oh, we just killed our power again. And we don't have the iron that we need. So we got to run around and try to find some more iron. Oh, that's that silicon again. Well, the meteor storm is over with, so we can venture out this way a little bit. Hey, there we go. Now we don't have to run back. We've got plenty of oxygen. We can run out this way. Now, the game does not require you to be close to your living compartment, or what I like to call a living pod. So you can put this windmill anywhere you want to. That's one of the unique things about this game. But remember, you're going to be using up oxygen and stuff. Now you see that post with another pillar leaning up against it? That's the area where it's flat that most people build on. All right, so let's put a windmill. Can't put it on the rocks, but we put it near the rocks. And we just restored our power line. All right, uh-oh, we're getting low on oxygen. And we don't have anything to drink because we haven't turned this into water yet. So I'll tell you what, let's grab some silicon, iron. Now you notice how quickly we pick those up? That's because that's what was dropped by that meteor storm. Uh-oh, we're getting thirsty. And if we don't get our new quarters built fast enough, we're probably going to die of thirst. All right, this area looks pretty flat. So I'll go ahead and do it like we did before. And now we need to put this in here. No, let's turn it away from the door. Now let's put our, yep, we can make a water bottle. Now we need to hit the tab key like before and right click. Bingo. We have survived. Might as well go ahead and eat this space food. Alrighty, we're making progress here. What's this? Exoskeleton. Did the game say anything about? No, it didn't. It said you need a progress screen. I don't see a progress screen. That's weird. They never did tell us to do an energy screen. Well, I guess that's something that comes later, huh? Well, we obviously need some more food and some more water, so, and even some more oxygen. So we need 2 of these for oxygen. We need 1 of those for water. Ah, here we go. There's another one for oxygen. And the food, the only food we got is either down here in that blue crate or in the escape pod that crashed. So we might as well make a run for it as fast as we can to get back to the pod. Now I'm going to play this game like as if I've never played it before. Well, as much as I can anyway. Alright, so I'm going to take all 3 of those. Now I'm going to hold down the control key and then I'm going to left click on the first one and see what happens. All 3 of them go in there. I'm going to go ahead and take this 2 and then I'm going to take this down apart. Now, a new player wouldn't know to do all that, but anyway, I'm giving you some heads up. All right, now this will be useful down in the valley for a while, so we'll just leave it there. But I think what we should do now is maybe build some more of these up higher, but we'll have to put these in first. So let's head back up and let's pick up some more iron so we can make some more windmills. Hmm. And as usual, iron is a little hard to come by sometimes. See, that's silicon. Up here's some. There's some more right there. Okay, tab key. Oh, tab key tells me I've got all I can have, so up we go. Now, you see how that's kind of a steep incline? See what happens? We can't go any higher, so you hold down your W key and then press your space bar as many times as you need to. That was twice in order to get up this hill. All right, let's run since our oxygen level is kind of bleeding off kind of fast on us. There we go. Saved by the living compartment. What I call a living pod or... Okay, now the game doesn't tell you this, but you want to push your Q key. You want to scroll down with your mouse wheel and build one of these. Now you have a choice. You can put it inside your living compartment. It'll take up space. Or you can build it on the outside. Now I'm going to recommend you build it on the outside. And I'm going to recommend that you put one of these down first. And since this area is fairly flat, we don't have to put it up too high. See there? But we can't touch. We have to be off to the side. Now, let's put a storage box, which they call a storage crate. And I'm going to try to put it more or less on the corner. Well, I can move it back a little bit more. Since I did the deconstruction tool, you see what's happening over there on my, would you call that a gun? See how the symbol changes? When it's in deconstruction mode, you get that symbol right there and stuff turns red if you're allowed to deconstruct it. So let's do this again. Left click and left click. Well, it kind of hangs off the edge a little bit, but that's no big deal. Now left click and let's start putting some of the stuff in here. Like we don't need to carry this or this. We've got extra ice. Well, we could go ahead and organize everything. And we do have an oxygen bottle, but I don't want to use it right now. There's the warning. I want to get back in here. There we go. Now, a lot of players will put their storage on the inside of the structure, but obviously you're going to get yourself crowded out that way unless you learn how to make your structure bigger. But I recommend you don't do it. Don't put your storage on the inside. So now let's look at our inventory. We have, whoops, tab key. We have this and we have this. What would that do for me? Well, if I hit the Q key and I rotate my mouse wheel and I left click, you see that little lock symbol? Like two pieces of chain link? That's telling you that you've got something locked in. So now if I left click, look, see what happens? It adds another section. Now you can add more of these, but for now that's plenty. Now I'll just go ahead and tell you right now, this is going to be your main base for a while. So let's go ahead and collect some more resources, mostly to make our main base a little bit bigger. And each compartment that you add needs 2 and 1. And of course you can tell that, see right there, we don't need to put any more doors in unless we want to. Now I would like to put in a window. I think that would be kind of a nice thing to do. So I'm going to put it right here on this wall. So we'll Q key, and we've got what we need. So left click and left click. Now we can kind of look around and see if anyone's trying to get into our box. Well, there's nobody else here on this planet unless they're in a spacesuit and you invited them. All right, so now can I make another water bottle? Yep, I've got ice. So there we go. And now we can watch the meteorites crash to the ground. Now if I put another window back here, oh, I do have what I need. I can look out this window. It's also a good way to kind of tell if the resources you want or need are close by or not. Oh, I need more iron and cobalt before I put any more windows in. And I need 2 iron if I want to make this place a little bigger. Uh-oh. We better kind of hidey-ho. Let's see. I don't see iron. I do see some more ice. And I see some cobalt. Oh, and some iron. But I need 2 of those. There we go. There's another one. We still got some oxygen, so I think more windows would be nice. But that means I also need more iron. Oh, we better go back now. Yeah, we're getting our warning that we're getting thirsty. Well, we did pick up some ice, so we can make another water bottle right quick. And we'll go ahead and tab key, and we'll drink it. And we did have a spare. I better go ahead and eat this too while I'm at it. Now we need to organize. And what else can we do? Well, I'm thinking more windows. Yep, we have what we need. Boom. How about, yep, got another one. And how about this one? Yep. So now you're in a big glass box, basically. And you can watch the meteorite strike and basically be protected from them as they hit the ground. You can also get an idea what's nearby once you get used to what things look like. Then use your tab key, say, okay, well, I do have the deconstruct chip already loaded up. So I'll tell you what, let's make this thing a little bit bigger. We can't make it bigger that way. So let's use the deconstruct chip. Look at the gun, see how it changes. Boom. We just removed that. Now we'll rotate our mouse wheel back, and then we'll use the option. It'll take 2 of those and 1 of those. The Q key, and see there, we got the double links. We just made our compartment bigger. And now probably have what we need to make another window. Kind of cool, huh? Now you can keep doing this as long as you're on flat ground. That's the problem. You got to have flat ground. So let's go ahead and grab some more stuff. We're going to get thirsty. And let's see. Yeah, if we're going to make another extension, we're going to need that. Let's see, we don't need that right now. But we might want to do some more windows. And that takes iron and it takes cobalt. So let's grab some more cobalt. And what does it look like? Oh, we still got some space. Organized a little bit. Yeah, we can make plenty of windows. We can make through windows so far. Let's see. Is that iron? No, that's silicon. And that's silicon. Now it's going to be a tease at first to get used to what things look like. But you'll get used to it since you will be repeating the same operations over and over again. Let's make some more water. All right, we're probably getting full, aren't we? Yeah, we just did get full. Uh-oh, we need to take oxygen. Okay, so back up the hill. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you before we jump. There we go. The reason why you build up in this area is because down there, once you get blue sky, rain, and then water, it's going to fill up with water. So all that stuff that's down there, we need to move it. We need to move it up here. Or otherwise it will go under the water and it'll get drowned. But you can't move the escape pod. All right, do we have what we need to make another? Yeah, we do. We just made ourselves another extension. Now, if you're wondering what happened to that window we had here, it got lost. The resources, because if you look in your inventory, the resources are still missing. So just remember, if you don't want the window resources to disappear, you got to deconstruct that first. Now also notice it'll let you put this in, but it kind of blocks your access. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate my mouse wheel and remove that. Then I'll rotate my mouse wheel again, so I'm no longer in the deconstruction mode. So there we go. We got a big glass box to stay in. Now later on, we could make one without this support right here in the center. These are called 1x1s because they're one, square on each side, and they will link together. But later on, when we have enough terraforming done, we can make a 2x2. It's the same thing, except it doesn't have this support center. The pillars in the center there. All right, let's make us some more ice. Make us some more. Oh, I can't. I'm missing one. See there? I need another cobalt. Cobalt, cobalt, cobalt. Where art thou? Oh, there we go. There's some right there. I think I'll go ahead because I might want to expand. It's a good thing we were slightly elevated. Otherwise, that cobalt, we wouldn't be able to recover it. You want to come out here and you want to remove any of these ores. I have a tendency to call them elements that are nearby. because they will get lost to you if you don't grab them when you can. All right, I've got extra ice, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. I've got 2 bottles. I need to make another oxygen. I don't need the silicone right now, and I don't need the iron right now, so we'll just put them in there. I can't do anything with this yet, so I'll just stick it in there too. And we'll go ahead and we'll make us another oxygen bottle. And then we'll come out here and we'll put the extra cobalt in there. We'll arrange things so the oxygen bottle's first, but we're going to need some more food before too much longer, so we'll grab one. That's a left click, of course. Just remember to transfer things back and forth as a left click. And if you want to consume it, it's a right click on the item, but not on the arrow, because that'll drop it. Okay, what do you think? Is that a good first introduction? We've been at this for, what, about an hour now? Yeah. I've given you a lot of information, the kind of information you're going to need at some point. But just remember, I recommend putting your storage outside. But you'll have to put down one of those foundation parts first, because they won't let you put it on the bare ground. You might be able to find them on the bare ground, but that's a supply box. Now our focus should be coming down here and grabbing all the stuff down there, emptying out any blue box that we find, and moving anything that we can construct. We need to deconstruct it and move it, because I've already warned you that all of this is going to go underwater. So rotate our mouse wheel and rotate our mouse wheel again. Check our inventory with the tab key. Yeah, we could do some more. So let's go ahead and take this out. And we just killed everything. Do we still have some storage space? Yeah. So let's grab we got to go inside first. Let's grab this. And then if we've got storage space, yep. But I don't think I could grab that. Nope, I've only got one slot left. If I do, watch what happens. The supplies that I couldn't hold in my inventory gets dropped on the floor. So let's just don't deconstruct our doorway. Uh-oh, we're going to be getting thirsty real quick. My inventory is full, so I can't stop and pick up anything. So we'll head down to our new 2x2 box that we made out of 4 1x1s. Here comes a sandstorm. Yeah, no meteorites, just sand. There we go. Quiets things down a little bit. And we'll go ahead and drink. And we'll eat. And we'll get out of here and we'll call it good. So until next time, be well. Hit the escape key. Save it. Always remember to save it just in case the game doesn't do it for you. It will automatically save, but not always. So if you exit now, you might actually lose anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. And then exit the main menu by a left click. Okay, there you go. Be well until next time.